Yes.
Autumn is kind of approaching, and I guess there's
Yes, yeah.
there's a new season. So what does that mean? Because obviously we're talking about eating with the season. So
Yes,
what does that
yes,
mean,
yes,
eating with
Basit.
the season?
As you explained, that many times people are a bit confused that what is seasonal eating.
Mm,
So it is when you're eating produce in that parts of the year when it becomes naturally ready to harvest. So
right.
the food is naturally ready to harvest. We know that, and it sounds so straightforward that this is the time it's been harvested and we should be eating it. But it is not that straightforward, and it is extremely complicated. And why is that? Because of the global food systems all around us. And now we
Mm,
can characterize into two more further parts, and that is local seasonal and global seasonal. So these are
right.
two things we have to keep in mind. When we say local seasonal, it means that the food is being produced in that very area and is being consumed locally. When
Right.
we say global,
Yeah.
that means that maybe somewhere in the world it is seasonal, but it is being
Right.
consumed in some other part. We have to strive for local seasonal. So it is
Ah,
grown within your region, and
yes.
then you're consuming it within your local area. So that is
Mm,
one thing. As far as the health side is concerned, I think this is we all understand that food which is grown in season will be will be more nutritious. It will have more
yes.
nutrients. It will have more
Due to things
antioxidants.
like that, really, isn't it? With all the CO2 emissions and whatnot.
Oh yes, Basit. 20 to 30%
Mm,
of the greenhouse gas emissions in UK are coming from food production. So we
right.
must keep that
Wow.
in mind. When I
Gosh.
say food production, that also includes the meat and all. But at present, I'm
Mm,
just giving you overall percentage that
yeah.
is how that much is it's contributing.
Gosh. That's
Think
staggering.
what happened this summers. What happened? It became
Yes.
extremely hot. Why is that? Global warming. There are floods. There are volcanoes
Mm,
everywhere. So
yes.
fire. Why is that happening? That is
Yeah.
happening because of global warming. And this is, I always say that this seems such a big problem, but
Yes.
each one of us, if start making small changes, and these small changes, we're talking about having seasonal food. So,
Yeah.
so we are not paying for the, all the travel
Yes.
time, all. So the
No, absolutely. I mean,
small
look,
changes, as they say, make a big difference.
you've convinced me, Fariha. You always do. How do we begin? What should I be doing then? Of course, if I want to start buying
Yes.
within season, what should I be doing, and how do I know what's in season?
So, yes. So the first thing is, let's become more adventure. I always say that's, there's so many ways. First, let's start growing things ourselves. As I
Right.
mentioned about my strawberries, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have large spaces or anything. You can
Hmm.
start growing your chilies. You can start growing coriander in small pots. So this is one thing which you can do. And it's really, if you involve children in it, it's, I feel quite fascinated when I get my
Yeah.
strawberries. I'm very excited for them as well. So one is that. The other thing is start going to these farmer markets. There's so many
Right.
farmers
Yes.
market.
Yes.
Rather than going to your or choose to your local superstores, why not go to these supermarkets? And you are helping your farmer as well that way.
Hmm. No,
So,
of
and
course,
the
very good
other
advice.
thing, yes, so you need to help your farmer. And if that is not the case, start subscribing for those veggie boxes.
Ah,
Those
right.
veggie boxes,
Yes.
they will make sure that whatever is in the box is seasonal. So these
Right.
are some things which you can do. As far as resources concerned, Basit, these days everything on Google,
Yeah.
you just put in, what is in season, what fruits and
Yeah.
vegetables in season,
And and
and the lists
and
will
very
come.
quickly, Fariha, what's in season right now?
Okay, so I made a list because I was
Yes.
possibly can't remember them on top of my head. So when we think about fruit, we're thinking about blackberries,
Okay.
pears, plums, raspberries, rhubarb, strawberries. So quite a lot of fruit.
Right.
When we're thinking about vegetables, we're thinking about beetroot, all the brassica vegetables, carrots, onions, garlic, peas, corn, parsnip, potatoes. So these are all your autumn vegetables,
Yes.
and September has started, so you can be having all these. All this information I've taken from the British Dietetic Association's
Oh,
website,
fantastic.
saying that with so many other resources, so many other websites
Excellent.
where you can get
Look,
the list from.
Fariha, thank you so much. It's been so helpful and informative, as always, for our viewers. And inshallah, I'll be going on that website and learning more about the seasonal fruits. Look forward to
Thank
having you
you.
next on the show again soon, inshallah.
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 Take care, Fariha.